Most people think success comes from IQ, which is not. The smartest person in the room can also be the most miserable, because intelligence without emotional intelligence is a curse. Before we start explaining, you may have the question of why we use EQ and not EI for emotional intelligence. Actually, we do not do that, unless someone doesn't know what he's talking about. Emotional intelligence, EI, is the actual thing, the skill, being aware of emotions, understanding them, and managing them. Emotional quotient, EQ, is the score. It's how we measure the skill, like stepping on a scale to see how much you weigh, or taking an IQ test. So EI is the ability, EQ is the number. Which one matters more? Emotional intelligence, because no one cares what your EQ score is if you can't actually control your anger or handle stress when it comes. It's not about being nice, it's not about hiding your emotions, and it's definitely not about never getting angry. It's about being smart with feelings, yours and others. It's the ability to notice emotions, pause, and choose the right response. Emotions are not instructions, they are information. Anger, fear, envy, sadness, these are messages. But whether you act on them or not, that's your choice. Everything humanity has ever achieved started in someone's mind before it becomes real. That means your mind is the foundation of everything you will or won't accomplish. We should mention that emotional intelligence is just one form of intelligence. We often limit intelligence to IQ, intelligence quotient. But human ability is much broader. Psychologists describe different types of intelligence, which are logical mathematical intelligence, which measures problem solving and reasoning. Linguistic intelligence, the ability to use words effectively. Spatial intelligence, used by artists and architects to think in shapes and patterns. There are even more types, and each one of them plays a role in how we navigate our life. Emotional intelligence is real and useful. Without it, you will struggle to lead effectively, build trust, and sustain long-term success. Yet, it's not the only factor to be successful, but why it matters more than IQ. IQ will get you the job, EQ will keep it, and it's trainable, unlike IQ, which is more fixed. Everyone in your profession has a similar IQ. That's not what makes you stand out, but it is how you manage people, stress, conflict, and yourself. The smarter you are, the better you become at overthinking, stressing, and creating problems in your own head. We mostly oversimplify it. We throw around words like anger, sadness, happiness, but these are just labels. Anger, for example, can be frustration, irritation, or dozens of other shades. If you never dig deeper into why you feel something, you'll never solve it. Here are two examples so you know what I mean. Example number 1, at work. Your manager gives a critical feedback on your project. What you think you feel is anger. Why is he being so harsh? He doesn't respect me. What you are actually feeling is embarrassment plus fear. You are worried you are not good enough. And the anger is just a shield to protect your ego. A lot of what we call anger is just fear or embarrassment. The thing you should do in this situation is pause before reacting. Instead of snapping back, breathe and say nothing for a few seconds. That pause keeps you in control. Shift the perspective. Ask, is this feedback an attack, or it is information that could help me improve? Example number 2, with family. Your younger sibling achieved something big. Maybe they got a scholarship or a promotion. What you think you feel is happiness. I'm proud of him. What you may feel underneath is envy plus self-doubt. You are happy for them, but part of you feels left behind. questioning your own progress. Sometimes, even positive emotions like pride can be mixed with envy. And if you don't notice it, that hidden feeling will eat you silently. This time, acknowledge both emotions. It's okay to admit, I'm proud, but I feel a little envious. Use the envy as motivation. Instead of resenting, reframe, if they can do it, it's possible for me too. Express the positive. Tell your sibling, I'm really proud of you. Saying it out loud reduces the sting of envy. In this case, envy becomes fuel instead of poison. Now you understand, finding what you really feel and analyzing it is a game changer. But you may struggle to find the actual feeling. That's why I created this crystal clear table so you reflect and discover your feeling with ease. Save this now, you'll thank yourself later. Your current level of emotional intelligence didn't appear out of nowhere. Your childhood, your environment, the people you grew up with, all of these shaped how you deal with emotions today. But the good news is, EQ is learnable. It's not fixed. It's a muscle you can train. You may think emotional intelligence is about reacting perfectly in the moment every time. It's not, especially if your EQ is low and just start improving it. The real growth happens after the situation, when you sit with yourself and dig into what really happened. And be aware of, you won't build a high IQ overnight. You won't master your emotions in a week. This takes years, even decades. But every single reflection builds your emotion muscle. After any emotional reaction, anger, jealousy, sadness, even excitement, take a moment later and think about it. Sit at least 15 minutes. This is long enough to be honest with yourself. Now ask yourself questions like this. What exactly did I feel? Was it really anger, or it was embarrassment, fear, or envy? Why did I feel it? Did someone's words hit an insecurity I already had? Was my reaction helping me or hurting me? If this situation repeats tomorrow, what's a smarter way I could respond? This simple exercise is the foundation of EQ, but don't let it take over your whole day. One of the skills that high emotional intelligence people have is turning their emotions off when they slow them down at doing what they do or work on. So immediately stop thinking after 30 minutes. Force your brain to shift into action. Tell yourself, the time of reflection is over. Now it's time to work. At first, you will really suck at it. But by time, you won't believe how strong your mind has become. And of course, journaling makes it even more powerful. But if you know you won't stick with it, don't force it. Just stay with thinking. Be consistent, because the moment you quit journaling, you'll feel like you failed, and that's the opposite of progress. Start easy, build the habit. If you keep doing this, one day you'll notice something incredible. You'll be able to turn your emotions off when they don't serve you. Not ignore them, not suppress them, but simply choose not act on them. That's what high EQ looks like. Control, not chaos. And while it takes time, the return is massive. Less stress, a stronger mind, and more discipline. Believe me, discipline depends more on emotional intelligence than on anything else. Think about it. Every time you don't feel like working out, studying, or building your dreams, what's really stopping you is not capability, is not lack of knowledge, it's emotions. Tired, that's emotion. Stressed, emotion. Unmotivated, angry, or even bored, all emotions. And every time you push through anyway, you're not just being disciplined, you are practicing emotional intelligence. Because emotional intelligence is what lets you say, I feel tired, but I'll do it anyway. I feel stressed, but this matters more. I feel angry, but I'll use that energy instead of wasting it. Many people can control themselves alone, but when it comes to dealing with others, friends, family, partners, emotions get messy. Relationships in emotional intelligence are about understanding people, not controlling them. It's empathy, patience, and choosing your response wisely instead of letting your emotions hijack you. The one thing that you will get the most benefit from is putting yourself in the other's position. Don't assume their behavior is about you. You know that they are upset, triggered, but they don't mean to attack you. Ask, if I were them, tired, stressed, how would I want someone to treat me? Examples of common situations and the high emotional intelligence response. Someone cuts you off in traffic. You scream, honk, or chase them. You pause and think, maybe they are rushing to the hospital. You let them go because holding into that anger ruins your day. Your friend cancels plans last minute. You take it personally. They don't care about me. You check your disappointment, but also ask if they are okay. Sometimes it's not about you. Maybe they are overwhelmed. Coworkers criticizes your idea in a meeting. You snap back defensively or shut down. You stay calm and say, that's an interesting point. Can you explain it more? You turn conflict into collaboration. Your partner is upset but says, I'm fine. You argue or walk away frustrated. You notice their body language, give them space if needed, and later say, I feel like something's bothering you. Wanna talk about it? A customer yells at you in your job. You mirror their anger back. You breathe, keep your tone steady, and say, I hear you, let's see how we can fix it. You control the energy in the room. You make a mistake that upsets someone. You get defensive, blame someone else or ignore it. You own it. You're right, I messed up. I'll try to fix it. That builds trust. Your friend vents you about the same problem over and over. You snap, why don't you just get over it already? You listen, but instead of only sympathizing, you gently ask, what do you think keeps you stuck in this situation? You help them think, not just complain. Another thing that you should consider is putting yourself in someone else's position doesn't mean letting them walk all over you. High emotional intelligence is about balance. You need to be able to tell the difference between two things. Someone who's just being emotional, someone who's crossing your boundary. They are putting you down, mocking you, or repeatedly disrespecting you. That's not emotion, that's bullying. And the way you handle these two situations is very different. If it's emotion stalking, a high emotional intelligence person doesn't take it personally. You stay calm, maybe give them space, respond with patience, because you know it's not about you. If it's a boundary being crossed, a high emotional intelligence person doesn't explode or get dragged into the fight. They set a clear line. I don't appreciate to being spoken like that. If it continues, I'll step away. See, low emotional intelligence people either fight back with anger or shut down completely. On the other hand, high emotional intelligence people stand their ground without losing their cool. That's real power, not reacting blindly, but responding in a way that protects your peace and your dignity. Last but not least, emotional intelligence isn't built in a day, but day by day, it builds you.